Photographs and the stories they tell, next on Columbus Neighborhoods.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Moortime Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.
Photojournalist Dorothea Lange once said that photography takes an instant out of time, altering life by holding it still.
And our documentary work here at Columbus Neighborhoods proves that right. We know photographs tell so many stories on so many levels because the details of everyday life are captured forever.
Many of the photographs we use come from the Ohio History Center, where deep archives span hundreds of years, and we work with historical societies in different neighborhoods too.
Our first story is about a scrapbook in Clintonville that was hidden away in those archives. Our cameras were rolling when Clintonville historians looked it over for the first time.
The Clinton League was actually formed in the heyday of women's clubs in America. Women at this point in time, when they started, didn't have the vote. And forming clubs, they could influence social affairs without actually having the vote.
You have a combination of farm ladies and city ladies, and the city ladies, their husbands are riding the trolley downtown, and so they're here with their children looking for things to do. And in 1912, a book salesman comes through the area, and he talks to these ladies about this fabulous learning tool that he's selling. So they decide to form this kind of group. So they start to explore new methods that are being talked about in these books. So things like hot lunch. They start serving hot lunch at the school. They also start to work on baby camps where babies need a lot of fresh air and sunshine. So I guess we take them out for fresh air and sunshine. After 25 years of meeting at each other's homes, they decided that for their 25th anniversary, they would make this scrapbook. They went into their own personal collections of newspaper articles and photographs, and then they wrote down their recollections that went with those photographs.
Here's the Brevoorts.
This is the Brevoorts house. This is the house that is on North High Street. It would have been actually on the east side of High, but these photos back here show the riverside of the Brevoort land. They love to make apple butter here in Clintonville. When you came here to Ohio, you needed to be able to farm the land. So being able to plant apples and use them to make apple butter or to make apple jam, and then use the rinds and the leftovers to fatten hogs, lots.
There was several distilleries, there were several orchards, there were several vineyards.
This is a picture of a dairy operation, which dairy farming was pretty popular in the Clintonville area.
In the early days, farm boys and girls drove to school in buggies and carriages. For many years, the long sheds used for stabling the horses remained near the building. Clearing away these old edifices was one of the early missions of the Clinton League.
So this is an absolutely beautiful picture of the 1904 Annex building, sitting out in the middle of a field all by itself. This is a house on Dunedin, just huge open land.
And those pictures are underneath a headline that says, "Our suburban homes."
This is fabulous. I love this. So there was a tradition of having goats and little ponies, and people would come around with their cameras and take pictures of your kids with the goats or the little ponies. And there's a whole bunch of kids getting their pictures taken with the horse and the goat wagon.
The Clinton League was all women. They were in existence through World War I, the flu epidemic of 1918, the Great Depression, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam era. With all of that, and they talk about all of their good deeds, but they barely mention the vote in 1920, and I just found that astonishing that that wasn't one of their projects.
Javier, have you ever found a photo album that you thought was lost? Maybe it was just tucked away somewhere, and then you found it again years later?
Have I ever? I mean, the clothes, the hair, everything I thought was cool at the time, but now, not so much.
Well, don't feel alone. I've hidden some albums because of that. Our next story is about the discovery of a once lost photo album that made a cross-country journey and ended with a welcome home.
I love driving around Columbus. It has the best neighborhoods all around the city, all around the downtown and close in. They're such really solid neighborhoods, and they vary a lot in age and style, the kind of people who live there. Here on the east side, we're really beginning to see the beginnings of a renaissance. The Lincoln Theater. We're about to pass the Lincoln Theater. It's been fully restored. It's part of the Columbus Association of the Performing Arts holdings of theaters. They have a lot of events there, and it's really becoming an anchor for the area. Now we're going to visit a house on the Near East Side. It's actually sort of in the transitional area between Old Town East and the King Lincoln District. It's really special in this neighborhood. I think you're really going to enjoy it when we get there.
Hello. Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much.
Welcome to the Garden Manor.
Well, thanks. I have never been in this house. I've always wondered, so thank you so much
you
for
are
having
welcome.
me.
Enjoy sharing it.
Hey, Al.
Hey Jeff, welcome. Glad to finally have you here.
Yes, I haven't been here before. It's a
hard to
wonderful
believe.
place. Well, it is. I love the carpet here. This is wonderful. It's the first thing I saw, the octagonal carpet reflecting the shape of the entry hall. It's just, most houses don't have a feature like this. You just come right in and you're in the house, but to have this sort of entryway is really nice.
This was not the original plan. The vestibule didn't exist in 1895 when the house was originally
So
built.
it was renovated.
Yes, probably 1909, 1910.
Okay. The artwork, just contained in the wood itself, it's a work of art.
So the top part of the frieze incorporates a rosette, the Tudor rose, we believe.
Okay.
And there are symbols, that same symbol is repeated throughout the house.
You never know exactly what they were trying to get across. It meant something to them, probably to their friends because they knew the family, but the stories can be lost over time.
We'll see more of it when we get further on the tour.
Well, let's take a look.
All right.
What a room. So this is living room, library kind of combined?
Yeah, it's the main parlor in the house. And I think originally in 1895 it was two separate rooms, front to back parlor, which is why we still have the two remaining fireplaces in the room.
Makes sense.
The room was remodeled in 1909. The two fireplaces, original ones, were replaced with the marble mantles you see today from France. And the portrait at the end of the room is Dr. Early, the gentleman who built the home. He practiced medicine from the office and had an interest in photography. The Germans had invented the X-ray technology, but he developed the process with a group of doctors to put it on a photographic paper.
That's interesting. Well, tell me more.
So in the foyer we have oak, and in this room we have cherry, and in the dining room we have mahogany. And don't forget to look up.
Oh, I think maybe I like this room the best. This is really something.
We believe that the insets in the ceiling are probably original to the remodel of 1909, 1910.
Okay. Those are painted canvas?
Yes, they're painted canvas.
They're gorgeous. And they're original. They haven't been repainted?
We have done nothing to them.
So the dining room connects to the conservatory through these French doors on either side of the fireplace. Let's go take a look at that.
Let's do that.
So Jeff, the conservatory is in here, and it really is a conservatory
which essentially is walls and ceiling of glass.
It really
So
is.
the walls are glass, the ceiling is glass, although the original roof has been covered over by a new roof in 1974. It was originally backlit by sunlight.
So
This
it would
is
have been sort
glass
of a
roof.
skylight. So
Yeah.
it really is a conservatory,
Indeed.
and it's way more than just a porch.
There are 93 panels of glass, and the diamond shapes are the 12 signs of the zodiac, and the round shapes are that Tudor rose symbol again.
And once again, these were all here. Nothing was broken, nothing was missing.
Well, they were here, but when we bought the house, they were all stored in the library upstairs. We found where they went. Alan figured out it's sort of like a big jigsaw puzzle and put them in one night.
But they were all here.
They were all here, all 93 panels.
That's just, it's so remarkable, something
It's
like
amazing.
that would survive intact for so long.
Well, let's go look at the photo album
Yes.
upstairs.
Now, this room was used how?
Well, we believe it was a nursery originally in the house, but we use it as a small library.
Okay. Well, it certainly is set up as one, and look at all the photos on the walls. In fact, there's a photo here that shows the room. Is that what told you it was a nursery? You could see a child's bed or something like
Well,
that?
you can see that they use it as a spare bedroom or a nursery. The second owners of the home, their granddaughter was here, and they actually used it as a nursery.
Okay. Well, tell me about the photos. These are obviously of the house. Where did they come from?
Well, we've been very fortunate. We had always been told that people in that era would have done a photographic record of their house when they were restoring or building a new home. So we thought, well, he must have a book somewhere that exists. A rare book collector in Oregon contacted us and said, I think this belongs to you. And he offered it for us to purchase before he auctioned it off, and we bought the book from him.
What are the chances? Your work in interior design, these photos must have inspired you in your work with the house.
Yes, and what's really interesting about the photographs is, of course, we had the house restored before we had any of the photographs that we have presently on the walls. So we really didn't know how the living room was set up, or this conservatory, or any of those rooms. But you know, after living in the house for about 14 years, I redid the room about 3 years ago, and we placed 2 tables at either end of the room, sofa in front of the big window, and as you can see in the photograph on the wall, that's really pretty much exactly the way the Earleys had the room set up in 1910.
So this collection came full circle. It came home to where it started, all the way from Oregon, and back to where it belongs. It tells the story of the house. I mean, you see the house today and the work you've done on it, and as you pointed out, it's very similar in character to what Dr. Earley created. But it also tells the story from time long ago, before any of us was born, and really it gives you that historical context, that continuity through time. So many thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here at Reed Arts, where you can preserve your photographs in whatever frame you choose.
You know, a lot of my old photographs are in albums, but some of them are even still in shoeboxes.
We'll take notes on this next story because producer Cindy Gaylor got some great advice at the Ohio History Connection on how to preserve her personal collection.
So, Lisa, I have brought you a 1977 vintage photo album. It was my very first photo album I ever put together, and I've got issues. The photos are stuck in this part of it, and I am afraid I'm going to lose these photos. What do I do?
The best case scenario is that the adhesive dries up and your photos you can peel off easily. One trick, if they're already fairly loose, we sometimes take dental floss, unwaxed, unflavored, uncolored. If you pull it slowly behind the pictures, assuming that they're already starting to lift off, that can be a nice way to peel them out. You could scan the pages, then you could go back and do color correction on individual pictures.
So this isn't archival material to keep these for longevity. You have some other things here that you like to use, don't you?
When you do take your photos out of an album, the next question is, what are you going to put them into? Envelopes are a possibility, archival sleeves are a possibility. I mean, basically what you're looking for with these things is you're looking for polyester-based plastics. Polyester is chemically inert. It's stable, so long term you can put a picture in this and the polyester is not going to yellow, it's not going to become brittle. Then the question is, how do you label things? With photos up to like the 60s, 70s, photos are printed on a fiber-based paper. So to write on the back lightly with pencil is really easy to do. But it's when you get to like the 70s, 80s, 90s, you have the coated photo papers that are very difficult. If you get a softer lead pencil at an art supply store, you can write on them in pencil and still, get something clear and readable.
Now you have an album that you have made. This is your album.
This is really nice because I used photo corners, so I could easily get these out if I want to. I can write on the pages, so it was readable. It's acid-free paper and then also polyester-based plastic sleeves.
You haven't taken it so complicated. Some of these scrapbooking places are so complicated, whereas here it's very simple. You have a description of a photograph and maybe some names with people that you know, and that's really all you need to do, isn't it?
For the purposes of preservation, yes. A lot of scrapbooks include a lot of stickers and adhesives, and like you can see with this, adhesives fail over time. And being an archivist, being a museum curator, I tend to think of time in terms of decades and centuries. I'm not just concerned, is it going to be okay in a couple of years? Is it going to be okay in 20, 30, 40 years?
Well, Lisa Wood, thank you very much for giving us a primer on how to store our photographs for not just now, not just another generation, but maybe 50 to 100 years to come.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Every person sees different things when they're looking at old photographs. Some focus on old cars, others, like me for instance, look for clothes and how fashion has changed through time.
Producer Diana Bergerman sat down with Aaron O'Donovan from the Columbus Metropolitan Library and historian Ed Lentz to see what they see in photos from the past.
So whenever we interview people, we always ask for photos, because we need photos to be able to visually tell their stories. And a lot of times people will tell us, oh, I just don't have any interesting photos, or don't even know what they have. So I thought it would be interesting to get you guys together to talk about what you can learn from a photo. Ed, you're a longtime historian here in Columbus, and Aaron, you're an archivist here at the library. So I wanted to get some tips and tricks that you guys use when you're looking at photos. So I have a stack of photos here of things we've collected over the years, and I'm going to flip them over and just have you guys start kind of weighing in on the pictures. So here's the first one. It's just a scene.
It goes back to a time when Columbus was a small town. Most of these kind of older houses, this one dates from about the 1840s. It's a sort of a little bit of a touch of Greek revival and a little eclectic thrown in with it. And that's how you help date the picture. Date the picture from the age of the house.
I'm looking at roads,
sure,
dirt road. So I'm looking at, so I know the people what they're dressed like, exactly. Okay. Even the fencing and the stones here on the fencing. And then I'm also looking at adjacent buildings as well. And of course, architecture of the building to figure out how old the building is.
Another sneaky way to date this picture is this is High Street. And you don't get a streetcar line on High Street till 1863. There's no streetcar line, which helps you date this picture back before that time.
Let's try another one, okay? This is a great photo, and I think you guys take a look at it.
First thing I do as a librarian, I look at what's in the photograph, and I try to date. So we have the era of the locomotive here, the train. You can date automotive engines based on what they're using. Are they steam engines? Are they diesel? Those sort of things. Shapes of cars. Even here you see the Toledo and Ohio Central. Again, I'm looking at when were they active through Columbus. And I'm looking at scenery, of course, again, clothing. I'm looking at these horse-drawn vehicles here. And I'm also, obviously, you have this building in the back, which is very important to know where that's at, so you can tell where the building is based on the building in the back.
So what is that building?
Well, it's the Toledo and Ohio Central Railroad Station. It's the only railroad station that still exists in town. It's now the headquarters of the Firefighters Union. And so you're looking east on Broad Street at the railroad bridge at the time when they were basically putting in a new set of streetcar tracks And as I was saying, one of the ways you can help date these things is by the clothing that the people are wearing. This is relatively identifiable men's clothing from the late 1800s. And you can also take a look at things like the telephone lines, because you'll know when the telephone poles were basically put in, so it has to be after that point. So you're after 1879 when the poles started coming in, okay? Looking roughly at the turn of the century. At this particular picture.
So you're looking at buildings and technology and what people are wearing to really kind of help you narrow out where it is and at what time it was taken, right?
Definitely.
Okay. All right, well, I've got another scene.
Okay. Topography, I'm looking at topography too, where the hills are at, looking at geological features.
One of the popular things that photographers like to do for a while, and maybe still do for all I know, is take pictures of multiple lines of transportation simultaneously. Train tracks and urban tracks and the canal and the river, but that's what this is. And this is immediately south of town. Can't be more than a half a mile south of town. When you're looking up here at the top of the hill, there's utility poles. And it's quite possible here what you're looking at is High Street as it moves south along that ridge, with the tracks down below it toward the river. At that time, the piece of the canal was still in place. It's gone now, and some of these tracks are gone now as well.
Again, same thing what Ed was saying earlier. You're talking about telephone lines or utility lines. Again, there's maps of those when they go in, or news stories about when those go in. So you're just looking for these kind of clues in these photographs to identify it.
Great. Yeah. All right. Then we oftentimes, people will just have random photos of people and locations, and they're not really looking at the background. So what can you tell us about this photograph? And is it even here in Columbus? Would you even know that?
The main thing you're looking at is a picture of these two folks.
Sure.
And it's a picture that was taken quickly, probably with a box camera, with a fellow trying to snap one off quickly because he recognized who these folks were. And their clothing dates from the period from about 1910 to 1925-ish or so.
The thing that I'm seeing right away is it comes from an era where buggies and cars are on the same street. So again, that leads back to what Ed was saying about the era and of the clothing. The vehicles match up with that sort of era where you're having buggies or carts on the street at the same time as you're having early automobiles. And then I'm looking at the streets. I'm looking at the street signs, the Chop Suey sign, the Hotel Metropole.
Do you have directories and things here at the library that you're able to kind of look through business names?
Yeah, you can look it up.
So usually you can get it within really 5 or 10 years based on dresses and what's in the background here. And then you can use city directories and just go through the list and find those. And things like Ancestry now, you can keyword search things in directories. So you could type in Chop Suey if that's actually the name of the place.
The last instance that I wanted to show you guys was that sometimes we will be looking at an album and we will find a bunch of photos. So sometimes maybe looking at several photos might help you piece together where it is in time period, right?
Well, the first is the Palace Theater, which is sitting right there on Broad Street, just past high. This is the Deschler Hotel at the corner, which was torn down in 1969, so you know it's prior to that. Yeah, there's some wonderful shots of cars. There's a classic right there. You blow that guy up, you may even be able to get a license plate off of it. Well, Eddie Duchin's orchestra is playing at the Palace Theater, so that helped place it a little bit right there.
And you could look that up in a newspaper archive to see when he was playing.
And this is farther out on Broad. You can see the Levesque Tower in the background.
And there's still smoke coming out of the tower on Levesque Tower. So again, we'll help you age the era of the photograph, because eventually the Levesque Tower doesn't billow smoke anymore. They're not heating it. So it's before that, so you can narrow it down a little bit.
Thank you so much. I think this gives people more tools to use when they're looking at photography and they're not quite sure where it is. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. And remember, you can catch all of our episodes on columbusneighborhoods.org.
Plus, see our stories on the WOSU mobile app. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We'll see you back here next week on Columbus Neighborhoods.
Silent movie evening shooting. stars of light in the skies over Hollywood. Player of seas, no lines, no wings, beggaring change from the boxes of Sunset Boulevard.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Moortime Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.